Welcome to Legacy of Art. It's our podcast. I'm Cody Rutherford, one of your hosts. This is Legacy of Art.
Shannon Nelson.
Legacy of Art. It's our podcast. Nelson. You went back to the screen and then bring it down, you know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Hey man, we're all about having fun, talking about actual problems, especially mental health, controversial topics, and I hope you tune in, stay along, be wary, because it will be a rocky road when you tune in. Tis the legacy of ours. It's just not written to it. So, with that being said, I'm pass it over to Cody.
Today's topic is generational mindsets.
Generational mindset.
My opening piece on generational mindsets is we've not three generations, but three people who've been through the same generation, raised by different people, different environments, different mindsets, different lifestyles, and that drives the mindset. And I think the change of ours versus the new one is buy it and drive. And the lack of.
So I would say that because a lot of these, as you know, the millennials is coming up and they're like, oh man, I deserve this. I need this and I have to have this. Like, how do y'all, respond to that? Like being on devices all the time.
Go ahead. My simple response to this, and like, this is how I feel. I feel no one deserves anything. You have to earn what you have. It's funny that you say that because I just had a conversation with my son about it, right? And I told them that they couldn't live a day in my shoes.
Why couldn't they do it?
Because, all right, so as my wife and I grew up, we grew up in a more of a poverty neighborhood.
Yeah.
More poverty city and stuff. So,
Where you from?
all right, going there. I'm from St. Louis. All right. I was born in Los Angeles till I was about close to just becoming a teenager, and then I moved to St. Louis. Got to St. Louis and stuff, and that's where I basically say that I was raised, right?
Yeah.
Because whenever you're a kid, you're being raised there, but you don't know the actual environment that you're living in.
Yeah.
Right?
That you think is normal.
Yeah, right? Because you're just playing around. You don't know.
It's normal to elite, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, being from California and stuff, it was such a culture shock for me, at least. I don't know how everybody else adapts to their situation, but to me, there's a certain way that you live in California compared to St. Louis, right? So I got in trouble a lot in St. Louis. Anyways, long story short, I went back and forth, right? Coming back to the story that I was originally going to say is that my son couldn't live a day in my shoes and it could be my fault because I give them so much without them actually having to work for it.
Yeah.
Was that? Are you wrong for that? Did you have that growing up?
But I want to provide that. So I think I'll elaborate on that one. I'm sorry. The thing is that like every parent that grew up in some type of, we all know it, some type of struggle. Like I'm gonna make sure that they don't have to go through what we did. And at the end of the day, sometimes people the kids accept it and they understand it. But
right.
Majority of the times, they take it and run it with it and try to run you over. And then it's so you try to figure the shit out, and it's like, yeah, come on, and like I'm giving you everything that I need.
That comes to the buy-in portion. Yeah.
What are they willing to sacrifice to?
And I think that's where I not necessarily felt, but I'm kind of taken away from my kids, is because I'm giving them everything that that I've always wanted. Like, as soon as they ask for it, I was like, all right, yeah, I can go get it for you. You know what I'm saying? You go shopping? Let's go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, my parents built, to me, an empire in a way that put me in this situation, right?
Yeah.
So I'm no longer in poverty.
Shit was honest.
That was. I was no longer. I'm not necessarily. Shit. Behind me for a second, I know what's behind. Wait a minute. It's a family. Maybe I'm giving too much for my wife too, you know. She got that.
Ringtone package.
SpaceX. I don't even know what I was saying. We're back to
Us giving to our kids.
okay, that's true.
Is there
So to me, like my parents gave me everything, at least in my eyes, right? Even though they didn't really give me everything, they tried to, right? I appreciated it and everything. At the time, I was probably a little fucker, right? I was a little shithead.
I can in that time, would you notice the effort more than what they would give you? Because I feel like as a child, I'm more looking towards what they're giving.
Right.
Cause I remember I got yelled at one time. I got a basket of Oreos. I was feeling mad.
You got a basket of Oreos and you was mad.
I wanted toys.
What the fuck?
What?
I would take that motherfucking Oreo.
Only time my mother, only time my mom ever yelled at me and they got me something after was when she felt bad. This is the only time, so I was mad. Cause I felt there was other times she could have given me a basket or something. And that time I just wanted toys, not Oreos.
Right. And that's the thing. And that, my bad. And that's the thing, because, like, even in Easter, like, whenever I was a kid, the only thing that I got was maybe, like, candy, right? That's the most that I ever got. Other than that, I used to go find boiled eggs.
What'd you get your kids for Easter this year?
Huh? See, I don't even have to say exactly. You know, like, exactly. Like, and I kind of blame my wife and I, because mostly my wife. But anyways, that's a different topic. Because we spoiled it.
I do not condone this.
I definitely do. I like that. I'm just joking. Anyways, anyways, but that's the thing, like, we spoiled them, right? And I know I'm spoiling them. You know what I'm saying? Like, she knows she's spoiling them, and I kind of get on it. And that's the thing, like, she spoils them more than I do.
And I can.
I think you guys have your own ways of spoiling.
I can attest to that because, and it's the same. Not.
I can feel it. I didn't even. And the reason why we're laughing and stuff is because my wife, we're in my house and my wife's in the background, right? And she's playing with her puzzle. But so she's watching us do this live show, and I'm direct. I don't know how to beat around the bush. I just say what I feel my mind, and it is what it is. So
On a direct note, so basically I have 3 stepchildren and one, mine. So when it comes to, like you said, treating, trying to get everything going and things like that, and the mom being, I wouldn't say permissive, but more or less like that.
yeah,
Authoritarian.
Yeah, I have to be the authoritarian, and it kind of fucks up my mental rest sometimes, because at any moment, and I come home and I'm like, I'm home from work, and then like all I see is just vicious, and I have all girls, 4 of them, and I'm like, what the fuck? So now I have to treat them like and it just fucks me up sometimes. So it's, but I know at the end of the day, like, my wife, she's in school, so like I'm not gonna downplay her or anything like that. She's trying to do radiology and everything, so like it's especially with her going to school and me working.
Now, what is considered spoiling?
So are you talking about spoiling? So when I say experience, so no, when I say spoiling, in my case, I don't know about yours, but when I say spoiling, I mean as far as when they come down and like, oh, I hurt my arm. Oh, baby, it's okay.
I've got all girls that. So you're emotional spoilers.
Yes, okay. That's what I'm saying. So
That's not a bad thing for kids nowadays.
but on
What
the
the
other
fuck?
hand, she'll go to goddamn Costco and buy everything. The mother shit. This is on sale. I'm grabbing it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm more of a like I give them things.
That's like a physical sport.
Just yeah. So more like gifts and stuff, right? I treat my because for me I got 2 boys and a daughter, right? And I try to treat them as equal as possible. And so what I do is whenever they get hurt or something, or they're emotionally distressed or something, hey, figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I am.
That's how I am when it comes to like if Grayson's running around. Like I have one kid, I have a son. If he's running around and like he's got socks on, Harlem Stairs, I know he's gonna fall because I've fallen like that. So I'll tell him, take your socks off, you can still run. But if he falls with the socks on, it's not really my issue.
Yeah.
I'll talk to him like, hey, like, told you that's your mistake. Fix it next time. But for now, let's take your socks off. Then he'll go and do it, and then he'll call.
It's especially hard for me, honestly, knowing that what I've been through and what I've seen and what I've done, to me, sensitive. And I understand that, the wife wants me to be more sensitive and actually sit down and do things, but
Wish I was group ayahuasca trip.
I mean, I'm not saying I can't.
The wives, the kids, all of us, an ayahuasca trip.
And that's the thing. You gotta think about it. Like even back in the day and stuff, like women were looked at as the
Soul providers.
the emotional supporters, right?
Yeah.
The men are just going to work, making sure there's food on the table, making sure there's a roof over their head and stuff, and then the women are there for emotional support, for basically the backbone of
No.
the whole. You know what I'm
Would you
saying?
say our time has changed that category?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
most definitely.
I'll
So-
only say this because you gotta think about it now. Like now these days, women are more independent, even in a relationship.
I'm a strong, black, independent woman. I'm not gonna need shit from nobody.
Right? That's a and I mean, I at least in my opinion, I think they've
This could take it.
veered away from being more
Independent than they have been in the past.
yeah.
Well, I would actually, I'll rebuttal it.
Okay.
When, what is it, World War II? World War II. Women were actually put in the labor force. So they can actually,
Yeah, they was producing Amelia. Like, not producing Amelia, but
whatever their shows, I mean, there's an extra flag. You're right. So, but once they came back, it's kind of like they kicked them out. And then they were like, what do I do now?
Right.
But that could happen to us today, right? We can get kicked out, but what do we get now? I feel like gender in that situation didn't really maybe back then. No, that's the
But how would that compare to women now? The younger generation now.
I think they were in social media ruined.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like our generation, as in women, are kind of more. I'm not saying an old school way, but they still have traditional ways, right? They still have that independency, but they still have that connection whenever they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
I say younger generation than me.
Are you fine? Because I'm younger than both of you.
Okay.
And I also
Person to put it out like that. Fuck,
Loadable L jokes out. He's the oldest. He's 40.
All right, no, I'm the oldest. I'm 33.
I think things started changing was my time period. Like literally the 98, 99 Vegas. With independency, just being more open, and just controversial.
Right.
I think, I don't say they ruined it, but it changed the course of it, and I think that's all due to adaptation.
Well, now we have to what?
To time changing. Because say 40, 50, 60 years ago, how many jobs were hiring women?
I wouldn't have it.
versus we know, yeah, you would. You wouldn't get paid for it. I don't know. But back then, like a lot of people were hiring women, and then that one person decided to make the change, and it opened up. And was independency created, or was it adapted to due to time?
So I think it was actually molded by time, because as you can tell with the women's rights and everything that went on, and
If Rosa didn't get up,
yes,
if Rosa would have got up, that must have been.
I don't know, but
I'm just saying.
what I'm
Rosa and Amelia Earhart and
She died. A couple other ones.
I mean, we all know where that wife she was.
Tired, right?
Yeah, she was tired. Yeah, she was like, I gotta settle down somewhere. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I think it's a kind of adaptation to time, society, and just growth of human beings. And again, I think time plays. Me personally, I think time plays a lot into.
So with growth also comes pain.
Ooh, that's a very
Yeah.
flame thing. I will give you that.
I'm just letting you know. And so like now that we're on this level now with don't get me wrong. I'm pass it off
Okay.
and let them know like how do you feel about that with the, how can I put it? Neon.
And he.
Yeah.
Too. I would go. Oh, go ahead.
This is live. Like this is who we are. You know what I'm saying? Over the week.
Oh man.
Hey, get us a little drinky drink, please.
This nigga.
Oh, like, what are you doing?
This man drop his phone all the way down there. You good?
These cheap ass fakes. The button shakes. You see her.
No, but on a fatherly level, because I have all girls. Like, how is it different being, a father of sons? Because when I tell you that girls are gross, dog, I don't know, man.
And that's the thing. Like, okay, so from my standpoint, I think, at least to me, having the youngest to be my girl, it's so far it's easier.
She's tough.
You're right? You know, it's like
tough.
because I'm so hard on my boys, and then my boys kind of transfer that down. Like it's like a domino effect, right?
Yeah.
Like she doesn't hurt easily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then whenever she does cry or something, I'm like, hey, toughen up. You know what I'm saying? Which is probably not the best idea,
Yeah.
right? But then again, like, she's going to be tough, right?
And I'm going to transition this, and this is an asterisk, and I know this is going to be far-fetched.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I know you had the experience, I had the experience she was. So when you came back, from,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which you had did. Yeah, I'm going to say it. But what was your mental mind state on that? Because I know my mental mind state was, I was everywhere and nowhere at any point in time. And I just wanted to go ballistic on everything.
Oh, yeah, I was
Just
pretty overwhelmed. Yeah, I was pretty overwhelmed. I was in the same boat. Yep. I was on my toes.
Couldn't sit next to a door.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand. You had to be in
Malls were horrid.
Yep. Crowds.
Yep.
None of that extra shit.
Yep.
You couldn't. Nah. So I just wanted to make sure like everybody knows like we all had this same mindset regardless. But another thing is how did you overcome that? Because I know you've done that already. And now you can go to malls and like, so what was the steps that helped you
I think
get that?
I just gotta give it to my wife. Honestly, like she understood like what I was going through. So she kind of like to me, like I'm like that person that is not afraid to do what I need to do, right? If my kids or my wife wants to go do something, I'm gonna do it with them. I'm not afraid to do it, right? And at that time, whenever I came back, I was just like, all right, I'll go do it. And then my wife would kind of see, like, I'm on edge. I'm kind of like, hey, we'll stay here for a little bit and then we'll leave, without me actually having to say that. So, well, like I said, I gotta give her.
So she already
She was reading me like a book. So
if someone grounding you, that helps you out.
yeah, I think it's all about who is around you and who actually knows you.
Yeah.
You know,
That's deep.
yeah, and I think it's all about your support system. Because if the person next to you that doesn't know how you actually are and can't read that sign,
Yeah.
then they're never going to be able to help you ease. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's great. That's great. That's great.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my IQ's about it.
But now that I agree with that, you know,
It'll just make it difficult. Like there's a lot of people that I don't even know what the scumbag is. and I think that's what people
That has no juice.
that have no juice. Yeah, that you don't want to taste that. Oof.
they're air purified YouTube.
And I think that's what people probably need more of. You know what I'm saying?
So the thing,
Especially with PTSD and stuff, like I think that's what's gonna help a lot more. Like somebody needs that person to come and be like, oh, I know this person 100%, and if I know they're stressed, I need to get that person out.
me personally, man, like as far as like you have a support system, you able to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, I was able to talk. I just didn't talk.
and I'm in the same boat, and I don't, and I keep it on, I keep it in. I'm honestly waiting until the gas blows, and of course, I'm not gonna do it on water. Right, but
You say that till that?
no, I'm not gonna do that. Because that's the running audience what I gotta portray. What would I do it at home? Then I can actually.
I guess what I'm saying more correlates to support system. Because if you lack one, then you're more prone to blowing that gasket.
Yeah, because why would I destroy my support system at home? If that's moving out, now I can actually just be by myself and just fucking destroy something and be like, I'm alright.
Feels man person. That's all right because I can do that. Right? I can go and destroy something, go back to my house and like, oh, I got to do still work.
Exactly. You know what I mean? See, it's one of those things that you really look at, and it's kind of messed up that we also, as men, think about. And because we think we don't have any sport channel, we don't think we don't have anybody that actually listens, or we don't think anybody that actually fucking just bees are encapsulated around us. But we actually do. And that's the message that we're trying to put out, is that we do have a support system, regardless who you are. Men, women, child, whatever. You do have a support system. So don't take that for granted. Don't think that you're alone and be like, oh, I'm just gonna take my life. Because we've all seen fog of war. So
We're getting like this tonight.
Let's fuck it. All right. This is wrong. I'm gonna need them more hell then. Where's the drinky drink, bro? I'm going to get.
no, don't ever think that you're alone. I promise you're not. I really do. You're not.
Yep.
But just take a couple minutes before. Think about what you're about to do. And then you're gonna process it, and then it's gonna goddamn upload to you, and you're gonna see it. you do have people who actually care. Trust me. Trust me. Trust us. You do. So I don't think about it. I mean, and if you do, you're selfish.
And I know at the time, like, it's gonna be hard to see that, right? Because it's really hard to like.
Oh yeah, I went down. I dove deep. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did. You did. I gotta drink some more coffee, right?
Coffee.
Yeah, more coffee.
We drinking some coffee.
I have milk. This is just milk. This man's gonna put it all on the camera too.
My milk?
Yeah, it's milk. No, you put the whole can of milk.
You've never had canned milk?
Kind of,
It's Moldoko.
but yeah, it's at the moment. I think it's hard to realize that you do have that support system, right?
There's a lack of comprehension within the support system that pays towards the thought of not having someone.
Cause like, I can be going through something.
Like, let's use my, like, as a divorce.
Okay.
You're married. Not saying I wouldn't look towards you guys, because, like, I have. But, like, for someone else, like, they have the support systems, but is it the lack of comprehension that might build up to them the thought of not having anyone? Because I've been there before. Like, don't get me wrong. I've been there where I'm like, oh, I'm the other going to. It's like, I can just kind of figure out my own and be the support. But, like, in times like that, do you think the lack of comprehension kind of builds up to that?
So the lack of comprehension, I understand what you're talking about. It does build up to it. And it's one of those things where you actually have to step back, see yourself, and recoup yourself, and actually think about what you're doing.
As it's, I'm seeing, man, it took me 25 years old, or 25 years to learn how to do that. Or I'll say
To step out your anger, to step out all of that grief, to step out all of that. No matter if you did it or whatever, you need to just take a step back. Just look to the left and the right, see who you got.
Right. Yep.
And, okay, I'm going to step back in so you can fucking reimagine what you need to do. I mean, it's hard. It's going to be a tough road.
And that's self-control, too. That's a self-control, knowing when to step back or when to get help.
But that's the biggest key. Knowing yourself in order to fucking not being like, oh, you're divorcing me. I'm just going to, No, it's going to be self-control.
It's self-awareness, too. Kind of understanding who you are and what you are as a person. Almost understanding your capabilities in every, not scenario, but emotion. Like, I know how I'm angry. I like people to feel throat. But when I'm happy, I like to bring everyone up.
See, and I'm quite, and the crazy part is I'm quite the opposite. Like, when I'm, with my wife,
When you're happy, you look that way.
every time that she's nagging at me, like, I'll just be quiet.
I think that's a natural reaction to something.
I try not to yell. I try not to, buck or anything like that. I just sit there. And then it's just, of course, with me, it just builds and builds and builds. I've called you multiple times.
Yeah.
Because it had built so much, and I was like, I need you to come pick me up because I'm probably going to do something that I don't want to do.
Yep.
So, like you said before, having a channel or a support system is key, especially for a man.
And that is one thing I give to the military. And I don't know how it is on the other branches, but I'm assuming that it's the same way, right?
I think it'd be better for any other branches but ours.
Is that so? We're all in the Army, right? I've known Ruffner for 6 years.
Fuck, almost my whole time in the Army.
I've known Nelson. Well, for 4 years.
Yep.
And like we just like it was like an instant, like when you like our bond was gonna be strong.
You want to know when I knew?
What's that?
Your birthday party. Because all the Twisted Tea birthday one.
Everybody like I didn't get it. I tell you, Jack too, but Twisted Tea. You know?
Yeah, I think us three, and I think Lex was playing fucking bands for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, because you were shooting them shits like fucking basketballs. You know, oh, I can't do it like
And it was no, man, you were sinking them. Look, Chad, I shoot. So when I'm shooting bags, I actually shoot them like this instead of like this. Okay,
And
don't judge me.
He makes them, they go in, they go on. It doesn't matter. Cornhole bags, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You know, he makes them and he's fine at it like that.
Don't judge me.
You know, I pulled up to your birthday, and I think I walked in. The only person who was you, and I seen him was like, "Oh, I know him." I was like, "I'm fine." I was like, "We're good, Lex." I was like, "We know him.
Yeah,
We're absolutely fine."
yeah. That was a good birthday. You know,
Where you had the crummy side rolls.
yes.
Some tacos, yours.
Bro, I had Twisted Teas for like 3 months.
Bro,
I brought you the third earlier. I think I brought you 2 12s or 2 4s. Everybody brought at least 6 fucking.
because I had brought
A pack of
cases of them.
Yeah.
And you were like,
And I was
this
so
man looked at me, he was
amazing.
like,
It's like, you know, when they were Twisted Teas I drank that day, and I still didn't do like, I still didn't drink half of them. Bro, I was like,
Dude, that's what that dude passed out.
yeah, where you sit over there.
oh God.
And
And he just fucked up, man.
he just, I was like, oh, I killed this man. God damn, I only killed this man. And so with that, how do you
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's how I'm going back. Is like that. I'll give that one thing to the military is that you can find that one person anywhere that you're fucking wherever you're at,
PCS, you finally show up to your basic training.
Yeah.
Maps, you'll meet somebody.
Oh my God, that's you know what I'm saying? Like it's dude crazy, and they'll be in a different walk of life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Different place they're from, different guys wants to do the same thing, and you connect based off.
different religion, different no matter what it is.
How many Jewish church services you been to?
I've been to a lot.
How many Muslim churches?
Muslim church just to eat the dough.
How many Lutheran church?
Anything else in that motherfucker? Yeah, that's the thing. Like you just want to get to know them a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like and that is one thing I'll give to the military.
Maybe I want your free baked
We in controversy, goddamn. I like it.
Remember when Gilbert got arrested? I said that we had a soldier get arrested who stabbed somebody. Long story short, I thought he was in jail. Didn't know he's out on bond. I sent a screenshot of his face on a prisoner's jumpsuit body, and he responded to the text in the group chat. I think just after that, and especially Marty too,
Yeah,
we all just got really close.
yeah.
And then we're in this ship.
And that's another thing. Like Ruffner was under me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was literally in charge of him. And then as in leadership role, like you're not allowed, not necessarily allowed, but you're not supposed to be friends with the guys you're in charge of. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy.
Oh, that's the thing. And that's the thing. Like, and as I got closer to them and stuff, we hung out more, we trained more and stuff like that. It's just like it just clicked. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is. I mean, I understand that because, like,
I'm just a cool ass dude, bro.
You are a cool ass dude. I ain't gonna lie. You is a cool ass dude, you know? and that's the thing. And then now, you know, Ruffner's an NCL and stuff. I'm allowed to talk to him.
and
There's no more fraternization. Never once was. Never talked to him before. So, yeah,
I've never talked to this man without my hand bound back.
this is the first time I talked to him. Nice to meet you, guys. Nice to meet you.
So, what things do you think scars a man when it comes to actually, you know what I mean?
I'd say a lack of a support system. It can push a man to further go into a
So why do you feel like a lack of a support system for a man can?
lack of thought of support system. I'll say lack of and lack of thought of. I'll use my situation again. Like, remember last summer we actually just not argued about it, but made a joke about a party. You invited me to what, like 6, 7? Actually, not last year. Okay, you ought to be off.
We came
First up. I came to none. I think I came to fucking Thanksgiving and New Year's.
Yeah.
And dip after, but that situation in that time of my life pushed me to, I need to figure me out again, because I went from married to just being me. I had to actually figure out me, because I just jumped from relationship to relationship from age 14 to 18, and then I ended up married. Like, I never had time to figure out me without someone next to me. And I pushed everybody away and into a self-isolation phase. Or just me, I was just drinking, having fun, just by myself. But I thought that I had no support system. Like Thornride, for example. Yeah. Like, he was what I thought was at first. I love the man to death. Like, good dude, but the lack of the support that I gave when I was like to other people versus what he could have for me as a leader was a failure to me. And that's what I'm not gonna say I correlated to, but I pushed myself away from everyone so I can. So it's not hurt the people around me while I'm just going through.
So you think pushing yourself in a situation like that is good for some, or do you think it is good for like a short stint?
Good for me because it damages things in the long run, and I did it to figure myself out, but I didn't want to bring the pain and hurt I was going through around to other people, because one thing, like, personally for me, is burdening.
Yeah,
I don't like to feel like I'm a burden to other people. I'd rather just like the t-shirt thing say, like, let's say I couldn't afford the prints. Me personally, I'd go home and be like, fuck, like, we're trying to do this, I feel bad. Like, how can I do it? Like, that's why I want to Uber Eats too. And plus, if I'm not like, shit, I need money. Like, I got a lot of other things going on. Like, I need money. But I'm not to the point where it's like a burden type where I have a lot of extra time to where I don't have to self-isolate. Like me, you talk about me getting a dog. It's not a midlife crisis, all right? It's not like, it's a friend. I know it's a lot of things I've done in a year and a half.
He does need a dog.
I agree with it because I work gym, stay home. I don't come out unless we go to eat. I don't go out unless we go to work out. I don't go out unless I'm going to the gym.
So with that state, how does that affect you? Being like that, does that encapsulate you as far as just being by yourself?
I'd say it's affected me positively in that I'm able to, like, let's say we have a problem at work. We work together. Like, I'd work directly under him. Like, any problem I have, it's always his fucking problem, and any problem he has, it's probably gonna be my fucking problem. But I'm able to calm and remove myself from whatever situation I'm in. Let's say it's an argument at work or between Lex. Like, I can remove myself, see basically the 5 W's, and even if I'm in the wrong, I can still push forward and know what I have to do to either make it right or just the next step. Negatively, it's affected family relationships, just shit at home, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm on my time at Grayson's time, and that's something I'm not gonna say I regret, but I think I could have put more time to other things and other people that were closer to me in those moments. And that's not something I openly admitted to. I see I will be elsewhere. Yeah, I mean, I'll give it up to you. I think that's another thing that kind of affects me, because we try to stay harsh, right?
All the time.
We try to stay
throw on his face. You should be like,
you got that mask on, no matter what, it's either you're fucking happy or you're fucking mad.
I think it's a generational thing too.
But that's the thing, like,
now your generation, my generation, I think the fatherhood, not maybe fatherhood, but people surrounding themselves with in their life back then, they were hard workers. They showed up, did their job, didn't complain, and their fights they fought behind the scenes, right? Mm-hmm. It's a new time. We have different fights to fight in train scenes, but it's new to everyone, which creates maybe the lack or disconnect of support system.
And that's the thing, like, I don't think it's a new thing.
No, I agree with you completely.
It's just new people that's going through it.
exactly.
And I necessarily
There was always players in that game.
Right. I don't agree, and not necessarily I don't agree with the whole man up situation. Like, when it comes to my son, like, if he falls down and cries, I'll allow him to cry because he's hurt, not because of what he did. Because he scraped his knee. Like, it really hurts. but he did it to himself. So why are you crying?
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's, again, a disconnect with disconnected time and what is the actual definition of being a man, and who's the one telling people to be a man? Is it men to other men, or is it people who aren't men to men? And we only say that from a personal experience. I only say it from a personal experience. Okay. Not I dig it anybody else.
So are you telling me because I tell my kids to
Suck it up.
suck it up, I'm not a man?
No. You were saying it in a way that you know how they'll be able to push past it. I think a way that is being said to us so is as a blocker as to what you're going through. Like, oh, your mom died, right? Let's say someone passed in your family and someone's like, just be a man.
But I would say this in different generations, in different places. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut. No, they do this. Like, so you also have to think about it. Him, say you have a booning, you know, that's, you know, that has a son. Of course, what is he gonna say? Be a man. Be a man. Put some dirt on it, rub it out. You'll be all right. Then you have the millennials. And they'll be like, oh, you all right. Don't worry about it. You be good. You good. And then you have, what, Gen Z? What is it? Gen Z?
I don't know. I don't see that. Yeah, whatever. I ain't the best at that. When you said boomer, I don't even fucking know. I think boomers, but like, they'd be like,
Oh man, let me put this a smartphone for you so you can be okay. You all right? You good? You all right? Like, no, man. Like,
no, we need to make sure these people is actually getting out there and make sure it's tough as far as parents
And being strong.
yeah.
You can always be strong through whatever, but can you be a woman?
But so are you saying that man is a more of a mental thing?
Yes.
How so?
How so?
Yeah, no, you put yourself on the chopping block. You put yourself on the chopping block.
No, and I'll throw myself on the top. Like, I'll use another personal experience. Okay. One of my friends had died right when I joined the army. His name was Ellis, and just 1 week, I was texting his wife, just checking up on her. It was like the year mark. I'm just checking up on her, the kid, and just how it was. And I felt a little guilt because he had hit everyone up in our group chat the night before, and he's like, I'm not going to kill myself. And the next morning, we all woke up to it. So I'm sure everybody felt the guilt. It was just me feeling it. So I called my dad. I was like, how's your mom doing? Like, my grandma doing? And he was like, she's absolutely fine. Next day, she passed away. And the guilt, like, just rippled, like, to the extent. And I went home. I let Lex know. I'm gonna call her something different for the actual lives, but I'd let her know, and she didn't remember this was live. I don't know her name. Cover anything that's uncoverable, but I came home from gate guard shift 7 a.m. and I was just tired, you know, like plus hours up. You know the feeling of no sleep. Anyone knows.
Yeah.
And her friend was over, and I told her what happened. She's like, oh, I wish you were more like my dad. You need to man up. And then I left the house, went to Garden of the Gods. Don't blame her, beautiful place. But in the time, like, all I needed was her.
Yeah.
And when she said, you need to be more of a man, that's kind of like why I brought up the disconnect, because I shut that off. I shut off the guilt. I shut off the feeling, and it made me numb to everything else around me, but I was shutting it off. And in my head, I was like, I'm doing what she asked. I'm doing right. When it wasn't in the log.
So are you saying when you shut everything out and you call yourself a man at that point?
In the moment, I thought I was. But if you ask me now, I would tell you completely different. Because I think I should have opened up and thought in that moment to be like, hey. But then again, I think it's a generational disconnect of passion, comprehension.
I don't think it's a generational disconnect, especially if you're saying like man is a mental mindset. Because
I'm maybe not generational or difference on that one, but it's more of not the comprehension and the communication.
okay.
Because I will give her that maybe she hasn't dealt with that situation in a past relationship. And that was already my third loss in 2 years. So like I was not used to dealing with it. So I knew what I wanted to hear, but I didn't communicate it to her, or she didn't understand or comprehend it because she's never been through it.
Right.
So it's a 50-50 thing, but the man mindset, I think, is different from what it was now to what it was then.
Okay. 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 Wow.
With being a man, though, like you said, it was different from now. It was different from that type of deal.
But is it really different?
It's not. How not? Because it's like you said before, like it's a generational thing. It keeps going. One doesn't, we're here, being watch-eyed over our kids all the time, making sure they do everything fucking right. Oh shit, we got to make sure they do it, and then they just grow up not being right.
It's a disconnect from.
It's not a I don't know.
We're raised versus the way we want to.
I'm saying from this generation, it's like that. I went outside, scraped my knee, did trick bikes, I did done a lot of shit. But everybody want to micromanage the kids now. I agree. But yeah, and don't get me wrong, for a good cause, because of all the things that happened in the 90s or in the 2000s.
That's why I keep saying generational changes, because like you could send your kid to the park till the streetlights come off. Like when I was a kid, when the streetlights came off or I knew the sun was going down, it was time to go home.
Yeah.
And when I show up at home, half the time, probably fucking not, if you ask my mom.
But
at that time, like, was kidnapping a big thing?
Yes.
But were they as big in public as they're not?
The crazy part about it is kidnappings in the 90s and the 80s were huge.
I mean, let's be honest.
Am I wrong?
It was probably easier and more profitable.
Like, all you had to do was like, oh, I got some candy. Get inside. It'll dry off with your and some candy. You want my French toast? What kind of candy you got? Dutcher, soccer, you got some fruit roll up? Man, let me get in here. You know what I'm saying? He's like, we got him on the foot. My listeners know like that was that. Yeah, and then in that case, that's why there was so many fucking bodies. There was so many fucking missing children. There was so many fucking missing persons in general.
Maybe generational change is a positive, negative thing.
It is. Because it is. It comes and goes, and it's going to be one of those polar opposites. It's going to shift every couple years. And it's gonna be like that.
Because we're evolving as people, right?
Exactly, because we're fucking revolves.
Evolved or revolved?
Revolve.
Evolve means going around with the same circle.
Exactly. Revolve. No, revolve.
You don't think we're breaking the cycle?
No.
Here's anything?
I think the only reason why we're not breaking the cycle and because we're actually seeing it more is because technology is being built.
And you also have people that actually know what they're doing with technology, so it's gonna make it easier for them.
So we're not evolving, we're adding. What'd you say?
Not adapting, maybe more adapting. More adapting. Yeah. So we're adapting to the technology that's being built, right? So now, just because, and let's say, like, I know the numbers are not the same as they are from now and back then, right? As we're going to stay on this topic of kidnapping, right?
Oh.
Like you're right? Like back in the day, like I was allowed to stay. I can ride my bike home. All right, yeah.
Kidnap.
I can ride around the block. I can go down to the store. I can do all this, right? And my parents knew that I was going to be able to come back. Is it because of the place that we lived in? Or you see what I'm talking about? I think it's no. Before we continue, but Nelson saw it too whenever he started pouring.
What?
Like you got the whole can above the goddamn table and shit. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker broadcasting.
It's milk in a can. It's milk in a can.
That's like he started laughing. And then I look at the screen and shit, and this motherfucker just.
It's Modelco, all right? It's fine.
And he's trying to be slick about it.
He's trying to, man. When stop, man.
All right, what is I'm sure you're caught on there pouring one in there too.
No, I'm down here.
So I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, you gotta be way down.
We round. All right.
Give us a pass, you do.
Thank you.
Hey, Modelo. If what?
Hey, we need a sponsor.
It's Maduka. It's milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's milk. My fault.
All right, but anyways, like, not saying that the numbers are the same or, because probably way different, right? Like, or maybe way less. I'm not sure. I didn't look into this, right? So,
Very on the spur topic.
right. So, now that there's more technology, a lot more people can videotape whatever incident is going on, right?
Bring doorbell cameras, the security cameras,
Security cameras, yeah, the fucking security cameras on the lights and stuff, the stop lights and shit. Like, is the numbers changed from where we lived compared to where we're at? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
Or is it
positive adaptation to a negative environment?
because kidnapping ever gonna go away?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
God no. God no.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can swear.
I don't even know if we can swear either. But I'm in for this swear because
All you know,
I'm in the infantry, so I'm gonna have a fucking potty mouth no matter what. I just got an infantry.
all you know is we can't.
It's you know what I'm saying. I am what I am, and I ain't what I ain't.
It's a Modelo Zero.
I would say this. Things don't change unless people change. And once people change, kids will change. Once the kids change and grow up, they'll see the change that they had and implement to their kids.
Right. So has that?
That nigga said,
So has that? So has that? So is people changing now, and that's why people are more
that is why it be.
quote unquote Karens?
So think about it. You can ask any.
Man, you know what? Go ahead and talk to Robert. No, I gotta go ahead and drink it. I'm next.
So and it's Andy Nights, baby, right?
All right.
What was you doing when you was a child? You was riding. You was riding. You was getting scraping.
I know exactly what I was doing. I was
all that.
eating above. I was riding my bike outside, having fun, getting yelled at, like I should have as a child. But I also, again, think with the adaptation of, let's say, kidnappers, child predators, it will pertain it to the next generation versus ours. But like, I personally wouldn't send my child to the park across the street. Oh, and that's only based off of I've seen the kids on this base, how they act, like jumping in front of cars.
So it's just like you're being in this military base or being in
I think,
military, or is it just
I know
which occasion you're all concerned?
I think
That's what.
I think location depicts behavior.
So if you was in Georgia, you think you would just be like, "Oh yeah, go outside." Right.
If I had a house with an acre of land, but I knew my neighbors were over there, but there was a severe market back there, yes, I would. Yeah, it's a step process, but I think now versus then, I would send Grayson to a park alone and God no. Even if I owned the property.
I don't think anybody would send a child to the park by themselves. But what I'm saying is,
Wait, you weren't sent to a park by yourself as a kid?
oh man, I was told
Dude, I was in like 3 times over as a kid.
I might be a Max Tricks. I was just
I was 3 times over. Mom thought I was at home. Like, but I think today versus then, like, maybe it's an advancement in technology or an advancement of awareness or comprehension again. But back then it was, I might say carefree, but like, I might be smoking cigarettes. I can vividly remember this one restaurant in the middle of fucking Plainfield, nowhere. Maybe it was not Plainfield, Illinois, but it was a little shack, a little diner where she could sit down, order me and my sister like a meal, and she could pull out a Marlboro Light, put it in her mouth, and smoke that shit 2 feet in front of my face. I think that was a lack of comprehension of.
So do you think the lack of comprehension in today's world would suffice for a child being in that case?
Yes. As a parent, if I lacked the understanding or knowledge of secondhand smoke, I would smoke in front of my child because I didn't comprehend the effects of it. And it's like back then, like I said, my mom, I can vividly remember her pulling out a cigarette in the car in a restaurant that she could smoke in, and I don't think I'm that messed up from it.
Oh, you're fucked up.
Probably. Probably why I like. That's probably why I like Newport hundreds. Like,
But as now I understand it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that to Grayson. I wouldn't. I even now when I have him, I wouldn't smoke the cigarette until he's asleep. Just to know I wouldn't touch him for at least 8 hours, so I can.
But that's what's there. Knowing that you have that self-awareness around you to know that you don't want him to pick that up because he'll see you do it.
Maybe, and again, maybe it's just a comprehension, intellect thing too, because like, how would he know if I don't know? Does that make sense?
No, listen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just one of those things as far as the same way I tell my, Erin, my daughter, by the way, hey, stop making that face. She's like, I have the same face as you. I can't stop making this face. You know what I mean?
Listen to that, because you got the same face everywhere you go.
Man, fuck you. That's wild. No, but on a tense, it's one of those things where mental health is a dying breed because nobody cares. But when I say we care, we're here for you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely here.
We've been through so much shit to the point where you don't even understand.
Yeah.
And I've seen 500-pound J-Down go off in the city of Conduce and just obliterate people. It is what it is. But we care for people. We love people.
Yeah. No, I agree, bro. I agree. And I think that it's just like, I guess we can, like I've always told you, like we can talk about it. We can do it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think we are doing it because we're putting this. Is it a show?
I thought it was.
It is a series, right? It's a series. Yeah, it's a So we started this series, right? Because we actually care about people, and we want to let people know that we care about you. So this is us, like
Giving back to you.
giving back.
And letting you know that we actually do fucking care.
Yeah.
Please subscribe, like whatever you need to do. Like I guarantee you, you would not be disappointed. You would not.
Come hang out with us.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Be part of the conversation and stuff. We'll have guests and stuff. Like, let us know. Like, we want you to be part of the show and stuff.
We all have problems about it, and we all come from different walks of life. So on you.
Yeah.
What do you say? Legacy of ours.
Whatever, it's fine.